So there's no better feeling knowing that when you wake up in the morning to go play golf, so that you're going to play well. There's no better feeling of hitting good golf shots down the fairway. Years ago, I was frustrated because I lost that. I was confused, I was frustrated, and then I met Mo Norman and learned the single plane swing. And so now I wake up every day and I know I'm going to hit it well, I know I'm going to play well, I know I'm going to have fun. So my mission today is to help as many people as possible wake up every day feeling good that they're going to go out there and play great because of the single plane swing.
Okay, so you practice off of level lies, but now what happens when you get on the course is you actually get on a downslope where the ball sits below your feet. Today, we're going to talk about the ball below your feet and a side hill lie.
The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away. I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now.
Okay, so we're on the golf course, and obviously you've hit the ball down a good shot, maybe in the fairway or just outside the fairway, and it's sitting below the level of your feet. So now we're on the downslope. Now, one of the things that you deal with on this is a number of factors relating to the balance of your body. But here's the question that a lot of people ask me is, why does this shot tend to drift to the right? I'm a right-handed player, the ball's below my feet. And I don't know if you can see this very well, but you can notice that if I put a tee on the front of the club like this, and I aim that, it goes to my target, okay? So that's a square club face going to my target. But when the ball tends to get below the feet, it's changing the angle of the shaft. Now what happens when I change, and I'll go this way just so you can see it, face is still square. When I change the angle of the shaft, you're going to see that the tee starts aiming to the right. So anytime I change the angle of the shaft to more upright, a square face, because of the angle of the shaft and the angle of the club face on the lie angle, begins to aim the ball to the right. The opposite of that would be if the ball was above my feet, the tee is going to the left. So this slope here is steepening the shaft angle, which now, because of the steeper shaft angle, when I hit it with the square face, will end up spinning the ball to the right. So this shot will go to the right. Now, I don't try to compensate for that. Now, a lot of people might try to close the face to hit it straight. I simply aim the shot a little bit left. And the reason I do that is because I'm not worried about the ball drifting too much to the right. It's very hard to move this ball more than maybe 5 yards with a 5-iron to the right off this slope. You're not going to see a big slice from here. You're going to see a little bit of a 5 to 8 degree fade. So I don't necessarily worry about it drifting to the right. I'll aim a little bit to the left. So having said that, how do you deal with the ball being below the feet? Now, there's a couple ways to deal with it. Number one, if it's a very severe slope. So if it's way below my feet, so it's a very severe slope, well, let's put it this way. If it's not a very severe slope, I'll just bend forward a little bit more. So I'm just increasing the tilt of my body. And then what happens is the shaft ends up steepening a little bit. So it's going to a steeper plane, which is what we talked about, why the ball tends to fade a little bit. Now, if I don't want to do that, so if I get off balance, let's say it's way below my feet and I get off balance, here's kind of a rule of thumb that makes it a little safer and easier to hit this shot, is go ahead and bend the knees a little bit. So give yourself some knee flex at address, give yourself some balance into the slope. Now here's the key about keeping your knee flexed, is that when you do this, you've got to stay in your flex because you don't want to stand up out of the shot. So if you do initiate the knee flex at address, you've got to keep it there through the swing motion. You've got to stay down, in other words. So watch when I actually do this. So I'm actually going to give myself some knee flex here. And then obviously it's still creating a steeper plane here because of this downslope. And I just want to make sure now that my feet stay flexed and that ball will drift just slightly. It doesn't go very much, slightly to the right. Now notice how I barely moved because the worst thing you can do on these slopes is get too much body movement and come out of the shot because you got to stay down with that slope. Very much an important aspect of this is staying in your bend when you swing. So once again, and you know, I don't hit it quite as far when I'm in a severe downslope like this. I don't have quite as much speed because I'm not moving as much. So I'm just gonna go ahead, give myself some knee flex. Once again, it's steepening my angle, and then I'm gonna stay down on it now, feet down, and that ball's drifting off to the right. So once again, it's a balance issue. It's very much staying with the slope, staying with it, so I don't want to come out of it, because there's where you hit bad shots off the slope. So I just wanted to show you today the ball below the feet on the downslope. The ball will drift to the right if you're right-handed. It's drifting to the right, and you got to stay with the slope, and it's steepening the plane. But nothing's changing in my motion, just trying to stay more stable on the slope.